Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first short Let's Play of this channel. Sega! Starring a Sega character from the 90s. It is of course Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You know why it's short? Because I said so. Anyway, let's play Sonic the Hedgehog 2, shall we? Truth be told, the first console I had was actually a Mega Drive. Actually, it was a Nintendo first, but this was the first 16-bit console I had. Christmas was just kind of spoiled by brother one here. But anyway, this is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog comes back to take on the evil Eggman, but this time he has a new sidekick in the form of Miles Proa, or as everyone calls him, Tails. I have a cold. I don't know why. Anyway, this is the Emerald Hill Zone, a classic level, and it still remains one of the all-time favorites. This was my first experience with Sonic games, so there was the previous one, but I don't have attachment to it. No, I don't actually. So I'm not exactly one of those Sonic fags anyway. So let's carry on, shall we? Now, your objective is to go from left to right, collecting rings and getting to the exit of the level. Along the way, you get to take out special zones. These were introduced fully in this game because otherwise you would have to do them in the previous one. And this is your first time you get to take on a special zone. The special zone is a lot better and a lot more funky than the previous one. And it's a lot better than the first one. That's my personal experience anyway. Your objective is to collect a certain amount of rings. They appear in 3 different sections. This is the first course aka to beginners. And you have to do is collect 40 rings. Just go this way. Sorry about that. Now you have to go collect 80 rings. Of course the obstacles get a lot harder, and they introduce some measure of control. So what you have to do is collect the rings here, carry on from there. Avoid those mines, they're going to be problematic for you. And let's carry on from here. Or that. Let's do that. You get 100 rings. That's past segment 2. Now you have to get 140 rings. So let's take a look now. If you're wondering what is this first instance of a Sonic game, yeah, you collect 6 Chaos Emeralds, but they were different kind of emeralds. In this game, establish the continuity of the Chaos Emeralds. And you're about to see one right about now, actually. And here's the first Chaos Emerald. These are Soul Emeralds. And that's the first one you get, because these emeralds are the basis of your entire collection, although in adventures they became plot devices, and etc, etc, etc. So, now I'm going to show you how to effectively cheat the game. In other words, get the best ending. In order to get the best ending, you have to collect all the emeralds. Have fun, because some of them are hard, so you're about to see the entirety of all the emeralds in this level, whilst at the same time witnessing to some of my favourite concepts of platform. Something got into my throat, that sucks. Anyway. So, you're going to be seeing me taking on, this is a fresh concept now. If you collect 50 rings and go through those, you can get into the special stages. You effectively can see 3 in each level, so don't get too annoyed if you get to see a lot of this. So, I'm going to effectively be the first person to, I don't know, get all the Chaos Emeralds in one Let's Play video. I'm hoping this actually gets uploaded onto YouTube, but it depends on if I got enough room and the timeline's right. I believe 20 minutes is good, 21 minutes is good enough. I'm not sure, you can always try. Because, I got stuff to do. Anyway, cool. Now we have to get 100 rings. You have to get 50, then you get another 100, but this is where the mines start to show up. In order to do so, you have to go around this business, collecting rings, because collecting the rings is making things a little harder. There's like 3 levels. Of course, there's again, I never played much Sonic games. In fact, the only last Sonic game I played before I played Sonic Adventure was actually Sonic 3, and truth be told, I never played the Knuckles half of the story. And I never did play the Knuckles version. Yeah, I know, it's a gaming sin, but what do you expect? I was fully immersed in Super Nintendo by then. I had an N64 by that point, I believe. Which was a better I like the N64, it was actually a fun game. A lot of people took the shit out of it because, oh no, PlayStations and freaking Dreamcast and shit, but it's cool. Yeah, I like it. So anyway, you pick up your second Chaos Emerald, a purple one. How effective? if I remember right, this is all 4 of these emeralds. They actually do become an important established continuity. This is where you show up. So you get over like every 50,000 points, you get an extra life. The reason why Tails is up is because I inadvertently activated the 2-player option. It's linked to the same controller as this one. So in this case, I suck. So yeah, I'm not much of a Sonic fan. Well, that was until I played Sonic Unleashed for the first time in years. And then it's been Unleashed, Colors, and then Generations. Oh, Generations, I loved it to death. I haven't exactly beaten it, but I did love the levels. I did love playing them again. You know, right now I'm gonna go through Sonic 06. So, you know, the worst is I want to play Sonic 06, and then I want to see what everyone's reaction is. Oh, it's the worst game ever. Who knows? I might actually enjoy a crap game. Then again, it has to be really crap in order for me to not like it. The only problem with this is hated by voice because I blame Microsoft and Sony for the game itself. It's just not. It's not Sonic 06's fault. It's actually, even though Crisis City is actually a pretty good-looking level. Just be honest. It just looks fantastic. So let's get. So this is the 3rd special stage. You'd be very surprised. So all you need to do here is just collect rings. Collect a certain amount of rings and avoid the mines. No, not the French people. Trust me, if we want to avoid the French people, we pretty much assault them. So you gotta collect 60 rings here. But then collect enough rings so you can actually do a good job of surviving round 2. As you can see here. So we got enough to move on to level 2. Now we have to collect 110 rings, so I hope you're paying attention. So this is where it starts to get a bit difficult. So all you have to do is time this right and then just jump the right amount. See? It's all about timing. I mean, some of the timing parts get a bit screwy, but hey, what you can expect. A lot of things do get a bit screwy. So let's go straight to this one. Keeps on the central track until you're supposed to leave. Jump this bit, then collect all the rings here. Then you move on to the next one, which is of course 160 rings. We're 30 rings off, so we're not that bad. So let's just start collecting the rings, shall we? Yeah, now we're expecting to have some problems. Okay, stay on the walls here in order to get to the rings here. Stay on there. Stay on the side. Go around the side here. Jump there. If you get hit, by the way, you lose 10 rings, which is kind of catastrophic if you're trying to get stuff. So you get the 2nd emerald, the red one. It's called Gem, but it's basically called a Chaos Emerald. Chaos Emerald, it basically is the Chaos of the Power Server and shit. So, when they wanted to give Chaos Emeralds a little bit more definition, so they basically chose, you know. Now we completed all the we can't exactly get any more emeralds, by the way. This is all that we have to get, so you have to leave the level now. So let's go this way, head towards there, go through the checkpoint, and that's the end of the first act of Emerald Hill. Not much, but we did pick up 3 emeralds, so that's kind of a bonus if you think about it. Here's Zone 2. Now, in the original, there were 3 zones, and then it was basically you took on Robotnik. Here, you basically have to do 2 zones, then take on Robotnik, unless it's the final zone. Then it's 3 zones. But there's some of you who already played this, so you already know what I'm on about. Otherwise, for those, some of the more creative zones in the entire series. That's my opinion anyway, so let's take a peek. Go this way, hit this down there, collect the rings, get more rings. If you get 50, you can move on to the next, go for the next zone, which should be, follow this one, and we're going right here. There. Let's go inside the next one to pick up the next emerald. Or challenge, anyway. This white zone is where the next emerald lies. And it is a devious bastard. All you have to do is start collecting all the rings. You have to get every ring here. And I mean every ring, because it just gets worse and worse when you progressively move on and shit. Go there. Down there. Over here. Much of that. Oh, ooh, close one there. So, collect all the rings that you can. Oh, you got 50, so 40, now you move on. Now you have to get 100 rings. And yeah, the level design just gets a little bit more complicated, so now you get mines all over the place trying to get you in certain positions. So if you don't stick to one thing, you're gonna get hit and you're gonna lose some frickin'. Now we have to do this. All you have to do is time before the ring. Before that happens, just do as I showed you like this. Believe me, this is a bastard to do, and I get frustrated because sometimes you can actually do that. You can actually survive the whole ring thing. So collect. Now we're 125 rings, which is good because now we have to get another 25 rings, and this is where it gets a bit more tricky. Collect all the rings here. Go back there. Collect the rings on the side. Avoid the rings. Avoid the fines. Get the rings. Rings are basically your currency. If you get. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Thank God Tails didn't have any. Yeah, for some reason Tails is now in front. Which doesn't matter because I got the next emerald. The questionably pink emerald is now mine. And that's now 4 emeralds in the whole save video. 10 minutes in, we have 4 emeralds out of 7. So, when are you going to get the next one? Well, you never know, because we're about to find... All you have to do here is just collect 50 emeralds. 50 rings. That's all you need to do. Just 50 rings. I mean, timing can... I mean, if you're one of those people that just want to breeze through, fine. But if you want to get the good ending, you have to get all the emeralds. I'd rather just get the emeralds in one level. Get the first level, and then basically cheat your way through the rest of the game. Be a bitch. That's because that's how Supersonic does things in a Sonic Flash. Oh yeah, speaking of which, it's not just that. I mean, I do love the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, but I also love Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is one of my favorite cartoons at the time because, well, that's no good, says Sat. I don't like Satam. Satam is just basically. You're basically playing a resistance, and it's cheap as fuck. Seriously, it's not my favorite. It's not my sort of thing. I prefer weird, wacky humor because in the UK, weird, wacky humor is what we go for. Because I prefer Deezer because I don't know. The robot is more sounds more fresh and scratch around their coconuts. Basically, yeah. And then there's YouTubers. I love YouTubers. Everyone loves YouTubers. You should watch a YouTube poop sometime soon. Especially a Dr. Robotnik YouTube poop. Well, basically, you can send it to mashing and you just have so much fun, right? This is the most difficult one. All you have to do is just basically go one side and cut as much rings as you can because it just gets so tricky. This is going to be the one that a lot of people are going to get difficult on. Is that bit? Then you have to go pick up another. Oh Jesus! Another 88 rings. Yep. This is the hardest one. This is the fifth. The fifth one is always the hardest emerald to get. Because some of the levels are tricky and they're all over the place. You have to be like 360, abuse the physics, pretty much everything. So, now, when you get this, remember, start circling around. Because this took ages. This took absolutely a long time to do this. But once you do it, you get the yellow emerald, that's your next one, and you get your 5th Chaos Emerald, as seen here. 2 more emeralds to go, and then we have the ability to go, oh I know. What do you do when you get 7 emeralds? Well, we want to find out in a bit, so let's get going. Back to collecting more 50 rings. What can I say? I love to cheat the physics, and be a bitch at the same time. Anyway. As much people respect the Sega Mega Drive and how people like this stuff, unfortunately the Sega Mega Drive is not me. I mean, I have some classics on the Sega Mega Drive. For instance, there's Streets of Rage 2, one of my favorite beat-ups. There's Shinobi, one of the best platforms, ninja games. Even though people still prefer frickin', I don't know. Oh shit! I cheated physics! Extra life. I got 50 rings, that's important. We're about to take on the next zone. Collect another ring here, collect another enemy, jump up here. Use the spin dash. The major differences from Sonic 2 is the introduction of the spin dash. A huge commodity, a huge special skill that was basically that was basically missing from frickin' that was abused as hell in Sonic Generations for classic platforming, because everyone loved it. Now we reach the 15-minute mark. We're about to take on the 6th emerald. This is the trickier one. This is where we get 80 rings. So collect every ring you can because we're gonna be here for hours. We're on to 20. Now we move on to 26, 34, 40. A lot of rings there. Should have picked them up, really. Stick to the right. Basically, if you just follow this, collect as much rings as you can, well, physically, you might be able to do it. We'll keep going this way. This is actually a more creative way of getting rings here. We need a lot of rings. Jump through that. Collect the rings there. We have 90 rings, which is important. How many we need to get another 50 rings to move on to the next level? So let's keep it on this one. So run this way, then jump here and pick up the rings here, then jump again! Or time shit, or just go there, and then collect all the rings that are in the spiral circle here. Like so. Jump there, jump again, need another 6 rings! Nearly, need one more ring. This is gonna be tricky! Yep! Got the rings, 144. Moving on to the next level. 200, oh Jesus Christ, this is the largest one yet. So, collect every ring you can get. I don't care how. I mean, if you have 2 players, this bit will be easy, but we haven't got 2 players. We have 1 player, this guy. Oh, that was close. Jump, collect every ring. Don't ignore them. Don't even dare ignore them. Because if you miss 1, you're in trouble. But if you miss at least a good bunch of rings, you're going to be in some difficult stuff. And we got him. I hope so. Yep. We got it by 1 ring. We have the green emerald, which was established as the first emerald for a lot of people. 6 emeralds down, 1 to go. Sad thing is, that's all the levels you can get your hands on in this level. So, what do we do now? Oh, I don't know. Just let's get some rings. Let's go beat up Robotnik. I don't know, something cool. Let's get through this. As much rings we can. I think we've got enough. So let's go kick some Let's go get some egg. Let's go kick some omelette. Robotnik, who comes back from the sequel, who was an evil bastard before, starts off in the egg drill regime, which is kind of stupid, really, because it's kind of gay. When you realise all you have to do is just basically jump on him and he's basically hit. Except for jumping on his drill, which does more damage. All you have to do is to jump on the drill, that's the basic form, and Robotnik is defeated. And the Emerald Hill is free. At the end of beating Robotnik, you take out his basically the egg prison. Egg capsules, and you just basically move on to the next level. So what's the good thing about Sonic 2? The game of the series. The chemical plant. My favorite level in the entire Sonic 2 gen is basically a creative theme, a very addicting bass line, and basically one of the best levels ever. It is the representative level of Sonic Generation. So, I don't know what the hell happened there, kind of slowed down. So basically we now have to get 50 rings and go back to collect the rings here, jump on that. This is a bit tricky because it's basically a chemical plant. By the way, I love the modern version of this in Sonic 2. It is really, really creative. Basically a breaking down, a run-down factory with twists, turns, and pretty much everything. It is brilliantly awesome. Anyway, before we move on, I believe we'll have to go this way. Ah, look, another ring post. Time to go to the special zone to claim the last Chaos Emerald. So, this dull and invisible grey zone is home to the 7th and final Chaos Emerald. Let's go get the ring, shall we? We need 100 to kick things off. So, let's see. Go this way, jump this way, jump that way, jump this way. Basically, walk this way, jump this way, walk this way, jump this way. It's kind of redundant, but I just don't need. What am I supposed to say? Jump and jump. You can walk, but I think jump is basically showing off, and I like showing off. So if we don't get all the rings here... and we do! We get 110 emeralds. I think it's 110. Anything else? No, 110 rings to kick things off. That's good. Now we get 190 rings, which is basically 80, so let's get to it. Now stick to the left and the right sides, just basically run across the walls here. Literally, if you're a kid, if you've got young kids, they're probably literally on the walls right now, so I suggest you get a spatula. Just saying, or something that ties them down, like juice. Not fizzy drink, trust me, it's not very good. Basically, home tips playing Sonic 2, the Mighty Terracin way. 180 on the dot, now we have to get another 20 rings. This is where it gets all chaotic. They're all over the place! Oh Jesus! They're sporadic! I mean, whoever did this is a real prick. Avoid these spikes. Basically, there's 3 randomizing rings. All you have to do is once you go through the minefield, start collecting the rings. We need a lot of rings. This is going to be a tight one, I can tell. Very tight. 216 when you end another 4 more rings to go before we can get our hands on our last scale. Oh, Jesus. Well, we had 210, so we have actually passed it. So let's keep spreading, moving it on, and that's it. We did it. We got the last Chaos Emerald. We have all 7. And in the next part of the Sonic 2 short Let's Play, we're about to find out what the rewards are for Sonic the Hedgehog for getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds. So, what's the Super Sonic? Find out next video.